Hey fabulous clinicians, Jo Muirhead here again. Today I want to talk to you about success because you probably don't realize it, but you may not have spent the time actually wondering, thinking about, planning for, or defining what success means to you. So I spent a bit of time thinking about success because it wasn't too long ago that I realized that I actually didn't have my own personal definition of success, and I was working really hard to live up to a definition of success that really didn't exist. And I know I'm not alone, and that's why I spend so much time talking about cultivating a mindset for success. Because success is not the achievement of that thing or that stuff. Success is so much more than that. But think about it for a moment. What comes up for you when you think about success? If someone was to say, hey, you're really successful because, what would the because be? Why are you successful? What's going on for you? What do you do? Or who are you? How do you feel? That helps you know that you're actually successful. Or conversely, how do you know that you're not successful? I have so many people turning up going, I want to be successful like. And really the definition of success for so many clinicians ends up being, I'll have what she's having, which is not really a great definition of success. And it sets us up for comparisonitis, which we all know leads to self-loathing, self-destruction, and feeling like we're never good enough. So let's not do that. Let's not compare our success to anyone else's. How about we spend some time being mature, responsible adults and work this out for ourselves? After all, most of us are university graduates. A lot of you will have master's degrees. You actually know how to think and learn. So I went to the dictionary because the dictionary, especially the Google dictionary, is a source of so much information to try and get us a definition of success, something that we can start from, a playing field. So success is a noun. There we go. It's not a verb, it's a noun. And most commonly, it's defined as the accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. And we've got some synonyms like favorable outcome, successfulness, triumph, favorable result, successful outcome, positive result. I really liked victory and triumph. But there's also the converse to that, which is a good or bad outcome of an undertaking. So conversely to something feeling successful, where we know it's very positive and very affirming, we've also got the opposite, which is negative and non-affirming and disempowering. And I see so many people pursuing a poorly defined measure of success, and what they're doing is focusing on all the things they don't want in their life. So if we look at the accomplishment of an aim or purpose, then I'm going to ask the question again. If that's what success is, the accomplishment of an aim or purpose, why do I have so many people on the end of the phone or the end of a Zoom call with me who are just explaining that I don't have my own definition, I just want to be like that person over there, or have a practice like that person over there, or have this much money in the bank? That's not success. So as many of you will know, I'm one of those type A driven people who is rather ambitious. Surprise! This is me. And yes, I have notes because, I spent time thinking about this video today. Now, like many type A overachieving types, I have a rather fabulous burnout story. So when I was living at the height of my driven ambition, my definition of success was not clear. It was based on wanting, and dare I say it, needing the affirmation of others. It meant that I was good at my job, good for my clients, I was a good daughter, a good mother, a good person, and to be honest, when I reflect back on those rather painful years of my life, I was striving for some outcome of success. But I didn't have a clear definition of what on earth success was going to be. All I knew was that I wasn't successful. I didn't feel successful, although I didn't know how you were supposed to feel when you were successful. I didn't look successful, although I didn't know what successful actually looked like. And I spent all my time comparing myself to other women who I actually perceived were successful. And you know what's really funny and actually really sad? I was really confused because the women that I was comparing myself to who looked successful, they had all the trappings of wealth and freedom. However, I got up close and personal with them. They let me in close to them. And I saw them as lonely, as sad, and they were craving something else. And they were not the type of people I wanted as role models. Now, I didn't have role models for success. I didn't know what success is supposed to look like. I had this sense, however, that I wasn't good enough and that I thought that success was always going to be elusive. It was for everybody else and not for me. So I did what any self-respecting, type A, overachieving person does when they're confronted with emotional turmoil. I worked really hard. And I got busy and worked hard again. And I worked bloody damn hard because strong emotions, you will stay hidden, and you will stay hidden very, very well. And we all know how awesome that was going to end up. Cue Joe's burnout story. So I'm pretty sure that burnout has a lot to do with not living true to our values, where there is this massive internal conflict of integrity, where we know what's supposed to be right isn't what we are allowed to do or be. When that conflict rises up in us and we feel powerless to do anything about it, we stay in that place for long enough, we're going to burn out. And it's why many of us choose to go into private practice, because we know that in private practice, patients and clients get the care they need over and above all the pieces of paper that is needed. Because let's face it, in most government-funded agencies, paper becomes before people all the freaking time. So if burnout is affected by a lack of integrity, and if our internal integrity is established by living in a way that demonstrates what's important to us, say what we value, then should it not stand to reason that our definition for success is met by living true to our values, by ensuring that we work and live from a place of integrity? This is how I learned to keep my conscience clear, and to know that I'm not going to burn out again, and to know that the role models in my life are positive, affirming men and women who only want my good. I have done good this week because I don't have any nagging doubts about what I have done to whom, and I have served the people in my world to the best of my ability. To me, that is living with integrity. Now, I know that you will understand that success is not wholly defined by the pursuit of money, income, and revenue. It's not the pursuit of stuff. We don't have a prize over here for who is the most successful, and it is a purple thing, because that could be the sign of success, but it's not. The pursuit of stuff is not the sign of success. But we all need money to live. Now, money isn't how clinicians measure success. I have yet to meet a clinician who has said to me that money is their sole purpose of living. Never met that person. I've met hundreds of clinicians, however, who want to earn more money to improve their standard of living, to provide for their family, who feel conflicted because they don't know how to make sense of the internal conflict that comes up for them when they know they need more money, but they don't want to turn sick, hurting people into revenue streams. I'm serious. I doubt anyone watching this video wants to profit from the pain, illness, or disability of another person. We, however, do want to know that we've made a difference, that we have been ethical, that we have done no harm, that we have empowered, that we have healed, that we have cared for, that we have fixed. Is it any wonder that money and success is confusing for a health professional? So what's the answer here? What do we do with this concept of success that we are often blindly trying to pursue without much thought, and only feeling less than because we compare it to the perceived success of others? What are we going to do with this? Well, my dear friends, what has helped me immensely is to define success for myself. And I actually had this question asked of me last week as I was speaking at a little black dress group dinner in Brisbane. How did I, Jo Muirhead, measure my success? And it was really easy for me to answer because I've actually spent the time and I've done the work on myself to know what on earth this thing called success actually is. More importantly, what does being successful mean to me? So here are some clues. To me, being successful is a range of things, such as, now I love achieving the numbers in my business. Love it. It's so much fun when you hit the numbers in your business. But it's not the numbers, it's not the revenue that excites me, it's not the income that excites me. It's the achievement and the sense of achievement that really excites me. So for me, success is about having a sense of achievement. I also love to win, so that's a really big part of my feeling successful. Success is also about me being able to take care of me. It's about having a week off every 12 weeks. It's about having 4 weeks off over Christmas. It's about having the reserves in place to be able to do all the things I want to do, knowing that I am not burnt out and depleted. It means being able to do the work I love the way I love to do it with the people I am best served to help. Working with people I'm not a good fit for does not push my buttons. That is not my definition of success. It means that I am known for doing good work and I have a positive and powerful reputation. And it means I have choices. And to be honest, if I had to choose one thing that success meant to me, success means I have choices. And funnily enough, that's what finance gives me. That's what time gives me. And that's what energy gives me. They give me choice. Take away my choices, take away my sense of choices, and look out, it gets ugly around here. I am not nice when I don't feel like I've got choice. So this month, I'm going to be blogging and talking more about success. This is going to include establishing a criteria for success, because it's all well and good to have defined it, but now how do we establish a criteria for it? We're going to talk about non-negotiables. We're going to talk about how to let go of guilt and shame, because if you're not measuring yourself or comparing yourself to anyone else anymore and anyone else's sense of what success is supposed to look like, then you actually have nothing to compare to, and let's start comparing yourself to your own awesomeness. That'll be fun. And I've got this awesome interview coming up with Uriah Guilford from Guilford Family Counselling. I met Uriah last year. He came to the Success Mindset Masterclass, and he is a really cool dude. You're really going to enjoy listening to him. So last month, I focused on why knowing yourself is foundational to cultivating this mindset for success. So this month, we're stepping into knowing what success is. And then we're going to get down and dirty into the nuts and bolts of creating your own definition for success without shame, without guilt, and without trying to live up to some ill-defined, nebulous definition that actually has no substance. So let's get started. Now, I know many of you watching, those successful type A overachievers out there. What's your definition of success? I'm giving you homework. Now, if we were to go to a dictionary and we're going to look up Kylie's definition of success, what would it say? Considering your name is Kylie, what would it say? Or if your name is John, what would John's definition of success? What would your name, what would it say in a dictionary under your definition of success? And I want to know what it is. I really, really do. So feel free to share. You can post a comment, or you can email me if you're a tiny bit shy. That's okay. Sometimes thinking about this stuff brings up other uncomfortable feelings, and I want you to feel safe about this. Because you think you've peeled back all the layers of the onion by the time you turn into an adult, and then you realize there's a heck of a lot more layers to uncover. And if you have loved what I've shared with you today and want to know more, then you will want to check out the 2017 Success Mindset Masterclass in San Francisco. Yes, it is a shameless plug for my event, but I know how life-changing getting this stuff sorted will be. So go forth and live successfully.